publisher of Star Wars Everything You Need to Know and LEGO Star Wars Chronicles of the Force. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for coming out today.
Having us.
Now, if you've seen the Star Wars show, you'd know we have a segment called Everything is Important, because everything is important in Star Wars. So how do you go about approaching a book titled Absolutely Everything You Need to Know?
It's really overwhelming, actually. It was, I've worked on a lot of books and a lot of subjects, and this is the hardest book I've ever done. I think because a lot of us feel like, we've grown up with Star Wars and we know it by heart, that we kind of took it as a challenge to, come up with the most obscure, strange, weird stuff that we could. So it was a lot of work.
Yeah, Star Wars should be fun, right? And that's really what this book tried to do, is just be really fun and find maybe a different angle on things we thought we knew. The book really is for people who maybe don't know anything about Star Wars and are trying to learn, but also for old fans who just need to see Star Wars a different way.
So were there any surprising things that you learned about Star Wars while you were writing this book? Things that you researched, or things that you thought, I never knew that I would know that about Star Wars?
It's a lot of counting. There are so many facts and figures in this book, and I found myself at one point trying to figure out how long is Jar Jar's tongue, right? And I'm actually at my dinner table, like with a measuring tape, trying to figure out.
So you're like referencing the Phantom Menace, like, okay, if Qui-Gon is here and Jar Jar is here and the tongue is there.
With a bowl of fruit in front of me, absolutely.
You gotta get all the factors in there.
That's right, and you want to be precise. You want to get it right, because readers know if you don't get it right.
Yeah, there were things like Teebo the Ewok, his necklace. I wanted to know how many teeth he had in his necklace.
Yeah.
But I asked the guys in the story group, do you guys know? And nobody had ever bothered to count. And there weren't really any great photos, so I had to scour, every photo of Teebo at every single angle and try to cross-reference how many of those little teeth were around his neck.
Yeah, stumping the story group, that's not easy to do. Well, and there's so much information. Were there fun things that you had to cut that didn't make it into the book?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely?
It was quite hard at times because there was some absolutely fantastic information that the authors provided us with. But it was just a case of the book's a really graphic book presented with toolboxes, and design did a fantastic job, so we did have to leave some things. But then we also got in things that we didn't think we could. But yeah.
Is there anything off the top of your head that comes to mind that didn't make it?
No, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I
don't
think
feel that.
yeah, there were some whole spreads that actually disappeared, in large part to make room for really exciting new content. I mean, this book was part of the journey to The Force Awakens. And just as a reader, that I was excited by that. So I was kind of okay that some stuff disappeared that I wrote, because I wanted to see the new stuff too.
So how has it been interacting with the fans here at Celebration? You're here with the greatest, biggest, most sincere Star Wars fans in the whole world. How has it been talking to them about your book?
That's the fun part, just because everybody's so excited, and they're so supportive too. That's the thing about meeting Star Wars fans. Every convention, it's like meeting your family, your relatives, and the relationships that we create with other Star Wars fans after successive events. I've really valued that experience.
Yeah.
And we have a DK stand, which is just opposite the Rogue One costumes. We've got a great spot, and we have lots of our amazing books there, and we have author signings, so do stop by. And also you can submit questions of things that you didn't find out about in absolutely everything you need to know.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So people who have burning questions can send them your way.
Yeah, and we can try and answer those on the panel tomorrow, Sunday.
That's fantastic. So if you are at the convention, you can come to the panel tomorrow to interact with these folks. Thank you so much for being on the Star Wars Show. And stick around, more Star Wars Show Live is coming at you in a second from Star Wars Celebration Europe 2016 on StarWars.com.